Is attempting to follow this sort of false, this sort of a conjugate jointing phenomena. I can't really see it right in front of the cave because of all the rubble, but goes down like this. Hopefully you are not upside down right now. Out towards the edge of the platform. What is a platform? Ah, good question. This is what's known as a wave cut platform. Wave erosion tends to be greatest towards sea level, but when you undercut a cliff, it tends to collapse fairly quickly. And so, yeah, here is a large flat region of solid rock that is carved out by the waves. Following this little sort of fault, part of this conjugate jointing out across the wave cut platform. You may notice that it's not perfectly flat. There's little indentations where the fault is, cut where the fault is, allow the rocks to be more easily eroded. And you'll even look around here, you'll see a couple of, now see the dip of the beds quite clearly here. The beds are dipping. There's some of these layers are more resistant than others. If you look up towards the cliff, you should be able to see a very beautiful pattern. Where you notice that rocks up at the top there get a little bit darker and are a little bit finer grained. We'll take a close look at them. I'm out here right now because the tide is rising. And this will be underwater in half an hour, and it's kind of a neat spot. But you can see a number of beautiful features. You see the hogbacks, these dip or flat irons. You can see the boundary between sort of the more resistant sedimentary layers and something a bit less resistant. Spoiler alert, there's also a fault right about there. You can also see that the strike actually changes a little bit. Well, you can also see it's pretty nicely in some of the aerial photos that you'll be using in this exercise, but take a look. But for now, what I hope is that you get just a better sense of the three-dimensionality of the landscape around us, that these dipping beds right here dip the same angle as the beds up in the cliff, and you can see this beautiful sort of boundary between the darker, finer grained sediments and the entry rocks and the sandstone, illustrated very beautifully. Like I say, we'll get over there in a little bit. Just want to get out here before this all gets underwater. Oh, see it fizz. It's not fizzing everywhere, but there's definitely plenty there's definitely plenty of calcite in this fluid. I'm really pouring way too much, but that's it. Yeah, that's the fizzing of the acid on the fault.